website.
I was gonna say, Jake can put them on our SCA website.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Yeah, all I have right now is Angela's, so I'll get everything that we get today and be out there
Yeah.
until tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So our question about the card, we have a student that just moved out to college, we can get another card.
You definitely can. There's a couple ways you can get extra cards. You can either, one, yourself, call Blue Cross yourself and request extra cards, or you can call our office and we can order one at any time. It takes up to 2 weeks for cards to be sent out. But yep, if you need an extra card, not an issue at all, we can do that for you.
So does Brown and Brown have a webpage or website?
We do, but there's not really anything that you would,
But is there a phone number somewhere? I came in late, so I'm
there's
sorry.
a card for us up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else need a card?
No, there are claims service people. So she just asked, none of these people are here. No, they're not. There are people who work in our office. I'm out
We're gonna
traveling all the time, so you definitely don't want to reach out to someone who's not in the office. These 3 people are in the office Monday through Friday. And also, when they're not there, I'm at extension 14 if you want to write it down. My cell phone number is right on my extension if I'm not there. So like this weekend I had someone call, no problem. Helped them with a pharmacy question. Not an issue whatsoever. But these people are the people who actually have access to the system. They can look at who's enrolled. They can look at the benefit information to verify your benefit questions that you have. And then they're there 24/7. They help if you ever have a claims issue, like should I actually have been charged for something or should I not have? Should I pay? Should I not pay? And some of the time you'll find they'll say, well, they may even reach out to EHIM for you if it's that kind of a issue as well. So, if you get confused on who to call and you're not sure, we can help you with that too. Yes?
How does it work when your son or daughter is going into the Army?
Mm-hmm.
And so who
insures
does the
that
Army,
person?
I know, from what I understand, the Army covers them.
Yes, they would
But-
come off your plan and they would go under the Army.
So do
instead
I
of
have to
your
take
plan.
him off?
You would have to notify the school district when that happened. You typically want to notify the school of a change of status or qualifying event within 30 days of when it happened. So if you had a birth, a death, marriage, divorce, add a child, legal guardianship, child leaves your plan because they get other insurance, whatever. You want to notify probably Bev at the school.
Okay, but he's 20 right now,
Mhm.
and he's only in for 3 years, and how old can they be covered on
Up
that?
to age 26.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then if he gets out, then
Yeah.
I have to add him back.
Within 30 days of when
Okay.
he would lose his other insurance.
Okay.
Yeah. They do not have to be a full-time student anymore under healthcare reform.
They can be married
Yeah.
and on your plan.
It's age 26,
Yes,
The end of the year.
but not dental.
that's correct. Yep, it's only the medical and pharmacy. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start going through some of the items here for you. I did put some information here, so I always like to try to tell people where they can save money, maybe some options, maybe how to best use your policy for optimal savings. I know every time I fill my car with gas, and I look at the sticker shock with that, I always think, where am I going to get that extra little bit of money? So some of the things that I want to make sure everybody's aware of. First, I'm going to start with your preventive care. Preventive care and your medical plans. These are the services, these are recommended when things should be done. Preventive services are covered 100% at no cost to you. So your annual physicals are 100% covered. Let's say you need a routine mammogram or your annual lab work. All of that's going to be covered 100%. For well baby and child care, you're going to get up to 6 visits at no cost every year, and that includes all the immunizations too. It also includes adult immunizations. Once you reach a certain age, it also would cover such things like shingle shots. It covers your flu shot annually at no cost. What I want to just let you know with any of these types of services is you want to make sure that you're having them done in a participating provider's office. So it's the same network that you had before, you know, wherever you go for your family doctor services, they would be able to either do those services or let you know where you can go for those services. But if you're getting a flu shot, I would not recommend, you know, you're at the local Walgreens or Rite Aid and they have that walk-in clinic with the flu shot. Sometimes they don't bill correctly. We can't get those reprocessed sometimes, even though they should bill Blue Cross Blue Shield with it being preventive. They don't sometimes, so they charge the members. But I can guarantee if you go to a doctor's office, that will be covered at no cost. Okay, so it's required to be covered, no charge for the preventive services. Did you have a question or?
But then you have to pay the $40.
You do not have to pay. These services have to be performed at no cost for your plan. Now, if you go with the intention of maybe getting a flu shot, but then you also want the doctor to see you for allergies or something else that's going on, that's when the $40 office visit would apply. So if I'm just going in for my annual physical and for the doctor to write the lab work for me to go get my annual labs, no cost, no copay for these services. Okay, now it does list, I will tell you something on here, colonoscopies. It says a routine colonoscopy is covered at no cost. There are services like that, or even a routine mammogram that you think is preventive and routine. Problem is, let's take the colonoscopy as an example. You go in for a routine colonoscopy, it's your first colonoscopy, you get there, it's set for routine, but when they're in there they find polyps, and so they remove 6 polyps. While you were under, it went from routine to diagnostic. At the point it becomes diagnostic, that's when it's billable as diagnostic. That's when it's going to be subject to the deductible and coinsurance. But remember, your plan's going to wrap those charges, because anything like surgery, anesthesia, outpatient surgeries is wrapped by EHIM. All right? If you ever question, we get a lot of, sometimes people say, I went to my doctor's office, I had my annual physical, and I was charged $40. Why was I charged $40? Call us, because we want to investigate that and figure out why. Okay? Yeah.
Just to be safe, can you explain the wrap concept?
Yeah, so your wrap is that deductible, the $5,000, $10,000 on your plan, and when you look on your Blue Cross explanation of benefits, it will actually show a deductible has been met, and it was then processed by the prior administrator. In the future, that money is going to be processed by EHIM. I don't see the baby, but I hear. So, yeah, just the things that you are responsible for paying are your fixed copay. So anytime where there is a fixed copay, $40 office visit, $100 emergency room, $40 urgent care, $10 on a generic, $40 on a brand name, those are fixed copays, and those are what you're responsible for. As long as you're staying in network, no issues. The other items, if there's any charges to you for labs or deductibles or co-insurances, sometimes you might see percent copay. Those are items that EHIM is going to process for you. Physical therapy, occupational therapy. You shouldn't be paying for those types of items because they don't have a fixed dollar copay.
So any of these items, we don't have to pay that copay as long as it's just that we went to the doctor for. And can we go more up, like, just for example, the mammogram when you're 50 to 74?
No, so it says,
It says every 2 years.
Yeah.
You can go every year and
Okay,
it'll
so
be covered
these-
or no?
these are the recommended
Okay.
services. These are recommendations as issued by the federal government. Your plan for the majority of the items covers it once per calendar year.
Okay.
Okay, so, but I will tell you, like the colonoscopy, there's a time frame in between. I think it might be 5 years, and there are certain ages you have to hit. If you have any questions about when certain things are covered, that would be a good time to call our offices. And so what we do is we would call Blue Cross Blue Shield, verify when the last time you had something was done, and see if you're eligible for it again, if you have any questions. That would be a really good call to make to our office. All right? Huh?
Oh, yeah. The every 2 years on the mammogram after the age of 74, it's because Medicare
That's
picks
all
up one
Medicare does.
a year and then Blue Cross picks it up that.
Yeah, but it's 50 to 74.
Yeah.
So it's before
Yes, those are the recommended. Your plan is better than recommended. And by the way, there's no change in the preventive from the prior year. So even like your generic birth control covered at no cost. If you're